What a great start. There we go. Oh, as you can tell, it's alright. I haven't had any bevies. It's my birthday. Well, how are we doing, Storm? You're a good lip readers anyway. But big up there, chat. Big up, Storm. I wonder if Stevie can buy us a player or two. Tell you what, Storm, we'll speak about that anyway. Big up there, Simon. Any news on Fordham? Yeah, we'll speak about that, Simon. Apologies, obviously, with me being on mute then, you couldn't hear me, but I'll quickly rattle through what we're going to be going through. Big up there, Russell. Nice one, matey. As I said, I'll let chat guess how old I am. Oh, it should be fun anyway. But quickly recapping on what I've just said, so apologies there, chat. So Paul Joyce more or less confirmed. We'll speak about Calvin Ramsey, how much of a disaster of a window it was for Liverpool in terms of Carvalho bringing him in. Got all the official tweets and everything. So we'll speak about that. What that move will do for him and what it means for Liverpool in terms of the long-term situation with the football club. Will we bring in a full-back that can play centre-half or whatnot? We'll speak about that anyway. Fabrizio on Mbappe, good little... And firstly, Mbappe is not coming to Liverpool. As much as I love an Mbappe in the title of any thumbnail, like any YouTuber or social media person does. If you put Mbappe in your articles, it absolutely boosts it. I tell you that now, but Mbappe's not coming to Liverpool, as we know. But more or less speaking about what the situation is surrounding that. Fabrizio, Steven Gerrard to the Saudi Pro League. What that means for Stevie, what it means for obviously his aspirations going forward in terms of managing any future teams. I don't think it'll have too much of an impact because, as we're seeing with Xavi, apologies, completely forgot the team he managed in the Saudi Pro League, but he's come to Barcelona now and very much won them the La Liga, so it's not determined any of his future jobs anyway. But at the end of the day, Stevie's gone over there, and I'm wishing him all the success anyway. So, as I said, I'm pretty sure he'll do well. A little bit about Fordham chat. That goes very much to Simon's comments in relation to Fordham. There's nothing at the minute, mate. All the stories this week are very much rehashed. Basically the same story, but 10 times over in terms of the press this week. Not an 100% official, as I said. Paul Joyce, and obviously Paul Joyce tweeting today in relation to Calvin Ramsey just on that. Obviously McAllister, Carlo sending the Ev into the mud even more in their financial predicaments that they do find themselves in. So chat, and chat, if there's anything else that you want to cover, let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Any questions you want to ask each other in the comments, get involved, and as I said, big up there, Russell. I think Russell works for the FBI anyway, but he's got that straight away. So he's like, lad. Or mate, he's our police for that matter. Big up there, Russell. How are we doing, mate? Big up there, Liz. Happy birthday. A massive thank you, Liz. As I said, really do appreciate it. Apart from the obvious, I don't see the benefits of Joe. Yeah, we'll get to that one answer as well. Hopefully you can put a couple of pennies to buy Liverpool Football Club. You never know. But all the best to him anyway. It's if you've never been over to Saudi Arabia as well, like the amount of money that's getting pumped in, obviously the financial climate, it's amazing. The way in which they live. My personal opinion, as I said, everyone's got their different views, but I think it's going to be good for Stevie to very much get away from the English media first and foremost, and very much get back to focusing on what he wants to do, and that's manage first and foremost. He can probably rechange his philosophy as a manager and potentially implement more different tactics or whatnot. We'll speak about that when we get to it anyway. Yeah, he did. Obviously, Doug, he did manage in the Saudi Pro League, so up to him anyway. I think the Leeds or Leicester or European clubs would be massively benefited more still, son, unless you... Rob, I'm going to go out there in a bit anyway. I'm absolutely sweating, as you can tell. But yeah, right. Pick up there, Russell. We will be speaking about Ryan Kent as well. Apologies about that, mate. Yeah, so, firstly, chat, the first story, as you can see there, everyone. Your thoughts on it? Calvin Ramsey set to join Preston North End on a season-long loan deal. Feels he needs regular first-team football and after an injury-hit campaign. Bit of a weird one, in all honesty, chat, wasn't it? Liverpool, when we signed him, injured straight away. I think he had big surgery. Apologies, I'm not sure. Was it on his knee or his leg? Or he had a massive surgery that set him back a good year in terms of his development. very weird transfer, in all honesty, chats. I just don't get why we signed him. Yes, you might think of the potential and all that, but it's it sums up. There was a great tweet that I've got up here, if I can bring it up. Um, is it that one? Not that one. With you one sec there, chat. Is that one? No, we'll speak about that. One sec there, chat. Well, go through all the news stories. Where is it? David Lynch's article. Yeah, more or less confirming that one. There we go. Yeah, so this was an absolutely outstanding tweet. I couldn't have said it any better, chat, and it's probably, in terms of the top one, very well respected journalist David Lynch. So if you don't follow him on socials, go and check him out. I might try and my best to get him on in a couple of weeks, because I really do admire all the work he does. He's a cracking journalist. So David Lynch more or less summarising what a lot of us would say. Ramsey heading out on loan, Carvalho out in not in the manager's plans. Arthur gone after 13 minutes of action, and the jury is still out on Núñez. Liverpool's business last summer really not looking too clever with hindsight. Big pressure on FSG to correct those mistakes this time as well. And for me, yeah, he's hit the nail on the head, in all honesty, because I'd even say it's more than big pressure by all accounts. If the rumours are do come out in what we've seen over the last 24 hours, if Manchester United do get bought, Liverpool, good luck, we'll be competing mid-table, in all honesty. You look at the financial wealth of Manchester United that they already have, but that would catapult them onto another stratosphere in reality. Newcastle's financial situation is massively helped, because they are, for me, and as we've discussed already this season, chat, Newcastle are a good 2 to 5 years ahead of schedule for me. The fact that Eddie Howe's already got them Champions League football this early on in their ownership just goes to show the good work that they've done as a football club. They've got the right people in charge in terms of the football and people that think around the table, and they're ahead of schedule. Manchester City speaks for itself as well. And yeah, and we'll speak about the wage cap in a little bit, chap, but that wage cap's done, I mean, diddly squat in a couple of seasons anyway. And we'll speak about the Saudi League, all the money that they've got. They've got 20 billion to spend on their infrastructure in terms of the league, the media, the playing facilities, the managers, the coaches. So money's going to be flying around left, right and centre. Money's always been the case. Money makes football, and not just a whale go round, but it makes football go round even more. You look at the financial resources that the Premier League did generate when the Sky Sports did took over, really. Yeah, this notion that the Premier League is very much not like we should be looking at other leagues and saying, oh, they've got too much money. No, the Premier League has always had the money, and the Premier League is probably one of the main reasons why European football has gone absolutely crazy in terms of financial sense. You had like Berbatov getting bought for what then was like 30, 40 odd million, and that in today's climate is probably in excess of 150 odd million pounds in terms of the fees that were generated. Manchester United, the fees they paid at that time. Look at Rio Ferdinand as a youngster when he bought him. So the list goes on. You could probably look through a lot of examples in Premier League history in terms of the fees going above and above and above and above each other anyway. And he goes on to say there, chat, are you doing anything special for your... No, Liz, just chilling really with the family, as I said. Not one to... Quite boring really, as I said. Just spend it with the time with the family as well. As I said, life's too short anyway. Just the little things you enjoy. That's the thing, as I've got older anyway. Just about the little things, really. It's not about going out, celebrating, putting loads of social media posts up and that. Like, no, there's a lot of people out there that haven't got a lot of things. So it's just about the little things for me, Liz. About just spending it with your family and just a little... Just, yeah, doing nothing special. I'll be seeing the lads. The lads are coming down, thankfully, on the weekends. Spend some time with them as well. So, as I said, I enjoy speaking to you on my birthday, as I know, because we're a big family on YouTube and everyone that does watch my content. So, appreciate it. So, Yeah, Ryan Kent. Yeah, we'll get to that. Russell, interesting. Are you a bit surprised by that, Russell? I think I am, mate, as well. What a bit of a mad transfer that one, mate. Yeah, Liz, it was saying it was his knee. He's only 7 million. He was doing well for Aberdeen. Yeah, he was. Big up, guys. Big up there, Jen. Hope you had a good day. Thank you very much for tuning in. And massive thank you. We need to start calling it as this as you can say. Yeah, they do. They do once. It's crazy, isn't it, mate? But as I said, money's always been flying around in the Premier League. All right, Jack. Big up there, Redbirds. Yes. Keep your chin up, mate, as well. As I said, chat. At the end of the day, regardless if Liverpool or 10th or 20th or even in the Championship, I think a lot of us will continue to support Liverpool Football Club through thick and thin. In all honesty, yeah, it's win, lose or draw. Like we'll still get behind them, but it's going to make it, as Redbeard said, even more depressing if we do see like Manchester United go 10 league titles clear. Yeah, it's going to be disappointing. But at the end of the day, us fans, we can do nothing. We don't have the power. The people that have the power in Liverpool Football Club, or this notion of Liverpool fans having a representation on the board. Yeah, as I said, as I've been saying for years on my channel, when you sat around a table of millionaires or multi-billionaires, they don't care about the little people, whether that be in life or in footballing terms as well. They're more bothered about their profit margins, and yeah, they're all just patting each other on the back anyway in terms of the people that own the football club. As long as they're making money at the end of the day, they're not really bothered. And hence why we will go into obviously the ridiculous and more or less what David Lynch says there. That quickly recap on that. Ramsey heading out on loan. Carvalho not in the manager's plans. Arthur gone for after 13 minutes of action, and the jury's still out on Nunes. Liverpool's business last summer really not looking clever. With hindsight, big pressure on FSG. Yeah, it's more than big pressure. David's but spot on there. Obviously, that was just a tweet I was pulling up before we did go out live. Liverpool have confirmed that Calvin Ramsey has completed a season-long loan move to Preston North End and will join up for pre-season in mid-July after completing the final stages of his rehabilitation. So, we'll get the chat's comments before we do move on to the next story as well. Now, everyone, big up. If you are new around here, smash that subscribe button, drop a like on the video as well, everyone. 18 of you's in there. Make sure you do smash the like button as well, everyone. Massively helps out. We need FSG. Oh, yeah, we do, Jen. But at the end of the day, they are going bloody nowhere. As much as as I said, yeah, I've done countless videos on it, Jen, and like at the time, about 2-3 years ago, like I've done a video. Was it that season where we bought Van Dijk and Alisson, and even before that, I was saying Liverpool need to spend because we will get left behind, and they went out, but. Yes, it's going to be a difficult summer. We are Liverpool Football Club. The revenue as the club does get. You think about it, chat. Not even shirt sales, but how much does everyone pay? £100 on a shirt. You look at the memberships. And when you buy a membership, you can't even bloody get a ticket on the thing. The site crashes. Liverpool Football Club haven't improved the site in about 10 years. It's probably better off going back onto teletext and trying to get a ticket through there anyway. It's my birthday also, mate. As FSG got prizes for us. Big up there, North. I didn't know we had the same birthday, mate. Happy birthday, mate. As I said, chat, try and guess North's age anyway. But big up, mate. Have a fantastic day. I know you will, mate. Look after yourself. Big up there, Nigel. How are we doing, mate? Happy birthday. Massive thank you, mate. Spending time with the family is special. It's what it's all about. 100% there, Liz. Hopefully we'll put pressure on FSG to sell. Yeah, Jen. As I was speaking to Ricky yesterday and spoke to the lads over the last couple of months. Yeah. Until something does happen in terms of the fans inside the stadium, there seems to be no, which is mad, there's no movement in terms of wanting the owners out, which I find quite mad. I know a couple of my mates that are season ticket holders, they are in the FSG out, they're thinking as well. And yeah, nothing will change until the voices do get seen as well. I'm only a little channel, so I'm only a little channel, so they're not going to listen to me. I think we're waiting for United to sell. Yeah, that will be. But we'll quickly big up their ends. Happy bit, nice one, matey. Really do appreciate it. Ends, you can tell Ends hasn't been watching me content. I had a shave about a couple of days ago. Big up, mate. Right, we'll get to the next story now in relation to obviously we spoke about Calvin Ramsey as well. Wage cap chat. Oh, this should get a lot of excitement. Well, lack of excitement anyway. So this notion, this article did come out yesterday in the Times. The meeting currently is going on today and Wednesday afternoon. Christian Perslow is not going to be in the meeting. If you're not unaware of who he is, obviously he was quite high up in Liverpool Football Club, but he's, I think, the chairman of Aston Villa anyway, or he holds a very big position at Aston Villa currently. And I mention his name due to the fact of how vocal he has been very much in the past in relation to the big owners. He presents a lot of his information very well. He's very well adversed in terms of the media PR, the media spin, in terms of the companies he has worked prior, hence why he got a job at Liverpool. He's got a big portfolio, and he's going to be missing in these interviews, and it's those big people that you need in these meetings, because especially when you sat at table rounds, a large majority of these owners are American based. Give it another 20 years, we'll be having halftime shows at all these Premier League games. Firing shirts. Well, wouldn't be shirts. You'd probably have to pay about £500 a ticket if they were giving away free, like they do in the basketball or whatnot. Anyway, but yeah, this notion, the Premier League clubs are considering a spending cap would link to any clubs that can spend on wages and how much television money is paid to the lowest placed team. There's a great Sky interview that was released. I would show it on here, chat, but with obviously the copyright and everything. In relation to more or less the club that is at the bottom, I think they're looking at 4 times their wage cap anyway. So whoever's at the top, you've got to look, say Bournemouth, or whoever's at the bottom is like, say, 100 million in terms of their revenue. Clubs can only go by 4 times, so 4 times 100 million, 400 million in terms of the wage structure. So at the minute, 400 million would very much, if that was, say, 4 times and they agreed on 4 times, it very much would not impact even the top clubs. That includes Manchester City, Manchester United, Liverpool as well, because Liverpool, I think, we've got the second highest wage budget in the Premier League, which is, I think a lot of people do forget as well. But the problems would arise in this meeting if clubs, say for example, did go for, say, 3 times. So I'm not 100% sure on the finances. I'm probably the worst person to ask. Well, there's better people out there that will probably come out in the next couple of days off the back of what we do here from these interviews. But if it, say for example, if it was 300 million, 3 times the budget of, say, a Bournemouth or whoever finishes bottom, then that's where the problems would very much arise in relation to the wage cap, because there would be teams like United, City, Liverpool, and teams that would go over that, and that's where a lot of the disgruntled notion of the bigger teams in the Premier League would be unhappy, and their toys would very much come out the pram. I loved Leicester winning the league, chat. I tell you what, I was gutted that we should have bloody won that league, but I want a more competitive Premier League as well. And yes, I'm a Liverpool fan. I want to see Liverpool win the Premier League, but it's absolutely gone are the days, and I don't think we'll ever see a Leicester chat. What we're saying, when that was it was a Hollywood script. In all honesty, I think that the notion of that ever happening again will be next to 1,000,000 to 1 again. It's never gonna happen, in all honesty, for me, mates and chat. But I've seen Liverpool win every trophy. I can die happy in 2 Champions Leagues, 1 league title as well. Big up there, Russell. Cheers, gang. Big up North as well. Why are people shocked? yeah, and I'm not, mate. As I said, I'm all for Stevie going to the Saudi Pro League. I think it'd be good for him, good for his family, good for the money as well. Pays good, so all the best to Stevie. I think it'd do good just to get away from the English media anyway. And I said I enjoyed the World Cup. You know me, chat. I've done quite a lot of live streams, and I'm all for football going all around the world. It doesn't matter what continent or wherever you're playing football. Football is for everyone, whether you've got a lot of money or whether you've got next to no money. Football, and that's why it's the beautiful game. So yeah, it's a world game and it unites a lot of people very much true together as well. So that's what it's all about. Rumours United sold yet North. It's game over if that does come out. Like there has been a lot of reports over the last 48 hours, chat, but until someone like a big publication like the Guardian or like the Telegraph or something come out with like a banging interview that is, and basically Manchester United announce it on theirs. But yeah, big up there, mate. Big up there, ends. Hope you have a good day, mate. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, it's going to be chilling in the garden with the family, mate. Not too major. United's new kit will be people like, yes, time will tell, mate. Yeah. And obviously they did buy the golf as well. I'm not too well adversed in the golf, but yeah, I think they've done something with the golf. I think they've more or less prediction my FA. Yeah, time will tell. They've got a lot of money, as I said. There's a retro kit site, but yeah, big up there, Nigel. Retro kits prices have gone up through an absolute bloody roof. I'll tell you that now. It used to be 30 quid on Liverpool's website now, and I think they've gone up by, has it gone to 55, 60 quid? Because people will be buying them. I love a halftime show in university football. I never want it in football though. Big up there, Liz. Yeah, it's good for, obviously, like basketball or whatnot, because it suits that niche in terms of the sport. Is it your birthday, Jack? Yeah, big up there, fan of. I'm not that far off 40, mate, as you can tell. But yeah, big up there, Badger. Well, there's quite a lot of jokes of the clubs out there anyway, but as I said, the aspirations for Liverpool, of course, competing for league titles and that, but it's just going to be made even more difficult, by all honesty. So we've mentioned that. Time will tell in relation to that one as well. Quickly touching on Kylian Mbappe, he did come out with a quote on his Twitter. It depends. I bet it's not Kylian Mbappe, as we know with the majority of these modern day footballers. They very much are PR trained. Hence why I'll probably never get an interview with them, because they are probably PR trained up to their teeth, in all honesty. Yes, Mbappe probably doesn't even control most of his social media account. It's probably his PR team. When you're a player of that profile, you would have a PR team anyway, which is understandable. Not like in the 70s and 80s where you could bump into like a John Barnes or a Kenny and have a bevy with him. Because I know a lot of people used to do that back in the day in the 70s as well. But yeah. So yeah, bit of a mad one, chat. He's not going to Liverpool, sadly. Apologies, chat. More or less said on the tweet before we come on there that it was lies, that he's agreed to join Real Madrid. So time will tell. I think he will run down his contract. Mbappe today more or less saying that he'll stay until 2024 unless the club decides. And the fee, chat, is 100. There was fees getting banded round on socials today by a couple of sports organisations. A fee in the region of £150 million or 125, 30 million. Is that cheap for a player like Mbappe? It's a ridiculous fee anyway, but that is what the norm is really now. There's no value at all in this market. But let us know your thoughts on that. All good, Nigel, as I said, as long as everyone's respectful in the comments and looks after one another. Respect goes a long way, as I said. And I think if everyone had the same rationale thinking, the world would be a very boring place anyway. Just about last night after it's true sign something happened there, being very quiet in the transfer. Rumours is true football. I get about. Yeah, big up there, North. Very, very quiet. Liverpool, as we said, we'll go into that. As I said, we've got a chocker show today. There's a lot more to go into anyway. McIlroy in the golf opposed it. Guess what? He pulled back into line. Yeah, he got offered. Was it like he got offered 500 million to join, and then was it Tiger Woods got offered 800 odd million? Fair play to them, because they are elite level athletes. They're the best golfers in the game. Tiger Woods and all those golfers and like sports professionals, they've trained all their life and dedicated their craft. It's like if you started a media channel or you started a media company or you've gone about trying to get into media. Like if you put your time and effort and your whole life dedicated to anything in terms of life, in terms of anything, like you deserve to get paid top dollar, or you deserve to get paid what you want, what you think you are valued at. And all for it, go for it. That's all I say. 150k, yes, good price. Yeah, let's 150k, bloody hell. Everyone would be in for him, even me. But yeah, 150 million anyway. Saudi has offered Avdiance, bloody hell, 50 million for Lukaku. Tell you what, go for it, Lukaku anyway, because yeah, the way his careers went down in the last couple of years, Lukaku. Manchester City's best player at the weekend, clearing the ball off the line and everything. Big up there as well. But yeah, chapped. We'll quickly move on to Fabrizio. This one come out, was it yesterday or the day before? And I bring this tweet up from Fabrizio because more or less the latest up-to-date really thing. As I said, this tweet has been rehashed about 10 times and it's more or less the same news story. But at the minute, this is probably the most up-to-date in relation to Liverpool. Liverpool are working on 2 more new midfielders after McAllister, but there are also clear intentions to sign a new centre-back this summer. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Klopp and new sporting director on it. Contracts are taking place behind the scenes for a new centre-back, priority left-footed centre-half anyway, so time will tell on that chat, whether it's PR or Liverpool are giving Fabrizio a bit of PR stuff to spin or whatnot. Time will tell. Until something gets announced on Liverpool's website, that's what I always tell you over the last couple of years. Just believe when you see it on Liverpool's website. As I said, we're a sports organisation, a sports channel anyway. We speak about rumours, we speak about factual information as well. But it's until something credible officially comes out, then we'll start believing it. A lot of that is more or less a lot of smoke screen anyway. But yeah, no, all good, Liz, all good. Big up there, Connor as well. I think be a good sign. But yeah, no chance, Badger. Mbappe's going to Real Madrid, chat. The only reason Mbappe, and hence, surprise, surprise, that Mbappe's kicked off now is because Erling Haaland's going to win the Ballon d'Or. And I know everyone's going, Haaland's had a bad Champions League final appearance. Who's asked? My man's just slapped in, was it like 40, 50 goals this season? Like, he's just absolutely destroyed the Premier League. There's certain people out there that were saying that he wouldn't have a good campaign in the Premier League. The fact that people was it Rory? Like, he done like an interview on Sky. Big up Rory anyway. But yeah, mad. The player of that ability, very much coming into the Premier League. Of course, he was gonna batter everyone, batter every defence as well. And Chelsea at the end of the season celebrated like they won the Premier League because he didn't score against them. But yeah, Media Jack, Mendia from Jack. Is that the Argentinian centre half, mate? Left-sided ball playing centre back with 16 million release clause. Big up there, Russell, mate. I'll have a little look into that one, mate. Obviously, Lens is after about 30 odd years getting back into the Champions League. So big up there, Russell. I keep an eye on that, mate. You've got some great shouts. But yeah. So when Salah goes to AFCON, Elliot and Doak, this club is a joke. Yeah, it will be, sadly, mate. And I'm all for both of those lads getting an opportunity. I think we all are. But yeah, when you're looking at Manchester City bringing on the likes of Mahrez and other players of that ilk, it's very scary. And if Man United do get taken over, they're literally going to be... They already spent money, but as I said at the top of the show, it's going to go even 10,000 times even worse to be spending 600 million every single campaign. Because you look at the commercial revenue that Manchester United do generate, them in Real Madrid. Everyone's going, oh, Mbappe won't go to Real Madrid because he just signed Jude and players like that. I'm like, no. Real Madrid and Manchester United commercially and the whole package of the football club, they make so much money. And fair play to them. They're well run. They built their success over the last 100 years of a football club as well. So you understand why their financial revenue is massively surpassing Liverpool. Big up there, Wigs. How are we, mate? Why do I have a bad feeling about Salah? Oh, bloody hell, Lance. Well, I'm going to be doing a show on that this weekend. So keep an eye out on that show, chat, because it will be a big show. Would Salah go to PSG? Would he go to the Saudi Pro League? I think he would. I'll tell you what, if FSG had 200 million bid come in for Salah, chat, would you say FSG would accept that? For me, I think the club would, because we're basically a sell to buy club and we have been for a very long time. So I don't want to see Salah. I want to see Salah retire at Liverpool Football Club. But yeah, FSG basically rubbing their hands together anyway. Do you think that Messi to Miami, I'll tell you what, Liz, he'll do well. And at the end of the day, you look at a player like Messi, he's going to be going to... He's such a global phenomenon, chat, and as well, isn't he? But I think it more or less come down to his wife and obviously his family, really. Messi's 35 now. He's won everything in world football. He just come off the back of winning a World Cup. He wants to try and relax. Messi, Liz, obviously with you living abroad in terms of that part of the world, Liz, do you think Messi, for me, I think Messi would be a lot less known in America. I know he's probably, if you showed Messi to like 95% of the world's population, a lot of people would know him, but I think with how soccer is not really that popular in America, it's getting a lot better, hence why the World Cup's going to be getting hosted. The next World Cup's going to be getting hosted, I think it's Canada and America as well. So yeah, he'll be walking around the team with Inter Miami and not really getting noticed, to say the least anyway. We'll quickly move on to that one as well, chat. We've got a lot to go through anyway, so apologies. This one come out yesterday. Gabriel Vega, future despite rumours of deal done with Newcastle a few days ago. The race to sign the Spanish top talent is open. Liverpool also informed on conditions of the deal. Their scouts are supposedly monitoring Vega this year. He's got a release clause of 40 million euros. Not going to sit here and say that I've watched a lot of Celta Vigo, not a season ticket holder anyway, but yeah, he's a top talent in La Liga, getting 11 goals from the central midfield role. He's predominantly a right-sided central midfielder in a 4-3-3 for the Spanish club, so you can understand why he probably could adapt into Liverpool's new 3-2-2-3 formation. Probably that right-hand side, but as I said, not seen a lot of him. If he did sign for Liverpool, I think he'd do well. Only 21, 22 years old as well. So he's a top talent. And I think if we could get him ahead of the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, this transfer would scream to me Barcelona if they didn't have their financial implications really that strapped on the football club. But yeah, big up there now. Nice one, man. I think the forward line would be good. We don't need to score big. Yeah. It's defence, Russell, innit? It is massively the defence. If Liverpool start keeping clean sheets going to next season, hence why we won the league. And you look at, obviously, Chelsea under Mourinho, when they won their titles, Conte as well, defences, and even Man United at their pump for many years, defences win your titles. As long as you're scoring goals, but you're keeping clean sheets, it's a massive formula for success. Hence why that season when we won the league, Van Dijk, Gomez were absolutely exceptional at the back, and Fabinho was top class as well. But yeah, chat, it's probably just one of those names, chat, in terms of Gabriel Vega. Time will tell, but it would make it a lot more easier in terms of him having a buyout clause, but I think it's just one of them. Obviously, Steven Gerrard, as we mentioned there, chat, at the top of the show, we'd be mentioning this, has become the new manager of the new Saudi side, Ettifaq. Apologies on the mispronunciation of that. But the Saudi side, as you can see, this season did finish 7th in the Saudi Pro League. So he's going to a team that it's mid-table-ish, really. Obviously, a lot of their revenue, they'll be pumping like a lot of that league, as I said at the top of the show when I was on mute. You've got £20 billion as a league to very much spend on new players, new coaching staff, and better facilities as well, improving it. And it's only the first stages of getting Stevie and obviously the top talent as well. Benzema going to Al Had. Obviously, they are the league winners. I think they're coached by the ex-Wolves manager, if I'm right, chat. Obviously, they finished the league. Yeah, I think that's wrong. Yeah, the team that Benzema's gone to anyway. I don't know why that's saying. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the bloody goal difference. Apologies, chat. That's the goal difference, not the leagues anyway. They did finish top of the league. Ronaldo. What was mad was Ronaldo, before he signed for his club, Al Nassr, they were leading in the league, but as soon as Ronaldo signed, they bottled the league on the last day of the season. The Ronaldo effect, as we know, chat. But big up there, chat. We'll quickly go. So let me know your thoughts. I think we've all of us more or less spoke about Stevie. I'm all for it, mate. All the best to him as well. As I said, it's just good to get him away from the English press anyway. He needs to keep his head down, focus on his football, and hopefully more or less getting Ettifaq, getting them hired up to Saudi Pro League anyway. And as I said, when you look at Xavi, I'm by Lord, I'm not comparing Gerrard to Xavi in terms of managerial, because you look at the job Xavi's done since he's left the Saudi Pro League, gone to Barcelona. He's absolutely exceptional. He's hit the ground running. Gerrard's got a long way to go, as we can all agree, chat, as we spoke about this season. He's got a long way to go in his management career, by all accounts. Obviously, he's done well at Rangers, went to Aston Villa, didn't really work out. I think that was too much of a big jump, in all honesty, chat. But all the best to him. I'm hoping he does well, and hoping his new team in the Saudi Pro League really, and they compete at the top of the table. But it massively depends on obviously the players that he wants to bring in. I'm pretty sure he'll definitely not be bringing in Tyrone Mings for the matter anyway, because he wasn't his best mate at Aston Villa, as we know, stripped him of the captaincy for Villa. But yeah, Gerrard can attract good players. Yeah, it's all about raising the profile, marking it in terms of the league, hence why they've bought all the top talent. It's about getting bigger, high-profile names, attracting it. And people mention the Chinese league. Yeah, the Saudis have got a lot of money. They've got 20-odd billion. And it's only going to improve, and it will succeed. I do think, obviously, the Saudi teams, I was speaking to Wenz and obviously Savage as well. Big up those two lads as well. Make sure to head over, subscribe to Savage Talks Football, and obviously Ensman TV as well. And they were doing a show, speaking to them, and just saying that the revenue and the Club World Cup, a lot of the Saudi teams do play in as well. So it's another gateway into a big European competition. As we know, the Champions League is going to be getting even bigger. The Club World Cup is going to be getting even bigger for teams. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Jack in talks because yeah, I'll tell you what, I wish we'll get Coutinho. Oh, that's a big shout there, Russell. Tell you what, put a couple of quid on that, mate. That's a good shout, 100% as well. But all the best to Stevie, all the best to the league as well. Hope it's successful. I know it will be as well, especially when you look at the caliber of players that are already going. And at the end of the day, chat, when you look at players, as I said before, players that have dedicated a large portion of their craft in their career. You look at, obviously, N'Golo Kante. He's getting 100-odd million at the end of his, I think, is it a 3-year contract. All for it. He's a sound fella as well. And if the league's wanting to improve, I'm not going to begrudge them anyway. As well. So for not much on this as well, chat. Not really anything too credible. More or less, a lot of the news generated this week has been more rehashed. As I said, more or less goes back to what I mentioned with that tweet in terms of Fabrizio Romano. Obviously, currently training for the France under-21s. Him and Kone chat. Keep an eye on those games. That's what I will tell you. Obviously, I'm not chat. When are France starting their campaign in terms of their tournaments? It must be very soon. Hence why they're all back together in terms of the announcements. Him and Kone. So keep an eye on that chat. If you're not doing anything through the week, we'll all be on Forum and Kone watch anyway. But at the minute, as it stands, chat, nothing much has really developed in relation to Forum. So nothing on that. I wanted to bring this one up, and obviously big up there. Russell did mention at the top of the show in the comments. Bit of a mad one. What's everyone's thinking about this? Because I used to watch Ryan Kent in the academy a very long time ago. It was a couple of times when obviously Liverpool were playing Everton's under-21s, and he did host it at Anfield. But when I was a young lad, I had aspirations. Well, not aspirations. I anticipated Ryan Kent to have a bigger career than Harry Wilson. How completely wrong I was. But I would have anticipated Ryan Kent to have a bigger career than he did have. No disrespect to Rangers anyway, but I anticipated him to go to a Leicester, for example, or a Premier League team. But by all accounts, by the looks of it, looks like as it says there, official Ryan Kent has confirmed the Fenerbahce as a free agent and leaves Rangers. So yeah, all the best to Ryan Kent. Fenerbahce, obviously, it's going to be an interesting one in terms of the Turkish League campaign next year. How well they do anyway. Nathan Redmond and loads of other random English players love Turkey. Yeah, it's about, and same players just resetting their career as well. Russell in it, mate, in terms of away from the English press. And I keep on harping on about the English press, but you look at players that have been absolutely decimated in terms of the headlines and as well. And I'll tell you what, I don't love Grealish, but just look at the headlines that have been getting written in a positive way about Jack Grealish. Just saying that was Raheem Sterling. And we've seen the disgusting headlines that have been written over the last couple of years about Sterling, even when he's out with his family and all. Horrible titles that have been generated from the press. But if that was Raheem Sterling yesterday, I'll tell you that now, the narrative of the press would be completely different. And we know why that would be anyway, which is absolutely disgusting. But yeah, English players, or any young players for that matter anyway, going away from the headlines and the glitz and glamour and the press and the scrutiny of the media. Yeah, it's all the best to Ryan Kent. And I think he'll do really well. I think he'll be one of the best players in the Turkish League. So all the best to him anyway. So we got that one, and then we'll quickly conclude on the last couple of stories here, chat. Obviously, we've more or less spoke about that. We can't just allow ourselves as a fan base just to be happy with McAllister. This notion, because if McAllister's our only transfer, we are in for a very long season, and I'll tell you that now, we will not finish fifth going into this season's new campaign. I think it was great for Liverpool to bring in McAllister. We got him in below market value, first and foremost, anyway. But yeah, it's disgusting, really, Liz, how they treated him. At the end of the day, he's just a young lad anyway, just wanting to play his football with his family and everything. So disappointing. But yeah, we can't just be content with just getting McAllister in. But time will tell. We'll do our shows in the next 2 months' time, anyway, 3 months' time, and see where we do find ourselves. Because a lot of this press and a lot of everything really sound. We can talk about transfers and Fabrizio and all the top well-respected journalists can tweet, but until Liverpool officially announce them on the club's website, then sound. They're in the football club. Like, we need, and we've all said it, every Liverpool fan up and down the land anyway, around the world, we just don't need one. We need 3, 4, even 5 world-class players to come into this football club. And everyone going, oh, we haven't got this money. My backsides. Liverpool Football Club have got money. Go out there and start bloody spending it, will you? And it's not a case of just spending it for spending's sake. The data analysts in terms of the football club, you've done so well over the last couple of years. that we've got the correct people at the football club. They're there. So go out and get your targets anyway. And just this little final one anyway. If you've missed this one, chat, I'll get to all your comments as well, and I'll quickly read through all your comments as well. But Carlo Fantastico looks like he's suing the Ev in a high court 2 years after leaving the football club. I tell you what, Everton are in a lot of... They're in the mire, in all honesty. It's not looking good anyway. But I think it relates in terms of unpaid payments or something of that matter anyway. Or so time will tell. But even though he did beat us in a couple of Champions League final, top level coach, and anyone that sues Yev is a good mate of ours. Anyway, so chat will quickly bring it back up anyway. But yeah, we'll quickly bring that up. We'll quickly round off all the comments as well. It's been an absolutely fantastic show, everyone. If you are new around here, chat, make sure you do hit that subscribe button down below anyway. Drop a like on the video as well, everyone. With 4 likes off 30 likes, everyone. If you can get that up to 30 before we do finish off here, it would be massively appreciated. So let me rattle through all these comments as well, chat. He's absolutely been bloody smashing it tonight. Make sure I'm catching up with everyone. Tax free. Good luck for Stevie. He's from North. Leaders want to say, yeah, he's a long way from that North. I think we can all agree on that, mate. I got United sorted there. Mark, they're sorted now by all accounts. Just waiting on the official announcement from a lot more credible sources. But yeah, it will be a very dark day, in all honesty, for Liverpool, because if United do get that sort of financial backing, it's more or less going to be City, Newcastle, and of course Manchester City, Newcastle, Man United going for leagues every single season anyway. I tell you what, I don't really want to think about it. Could you imagine if Jurgen Klopp, when he does eventually retire or leave the football club for Liverpool? Oh, I don't really want to think about that, because it'd be a very difficult day for everyone. We love the man. The Saudis being players. Big up there, Dan. Yeah, I think that very much will get sorted, Anton. And if that is the case in relation to the payments of players, I think that more or less would potentially put the brakes on any potential moves, because obviously with the amount of money that is getting branded round, and especially the agent fees now, they've all got very good agencies and lawyers and everything in terms of in relation to any big contracts of that nature anyway. So I think it's just a matter of crossing the I's and dotting the T's anyway. Dotting the I's, crossing the T's. There we go. What is it, Jack? Made up for Stevie. Lots of jobs, but if he serves one day being Liverpool manager, it's from Panov. He maybe should have gone to the Championship to learn his trade and maybe even promote a club to the Prem. Big up there, Panov. I think he can still do that in the Saudi Pro League, mate. Massively dependent on, of course, the players in which he does bring in. But it's just about getting his footballing principles nailed down, really, because we all watched, and we only have to listen to Aston Villa fans off the back of getting Unai Emery in now. It's chalk and cheese in reality. It's ridiculous. Like, Unai Emery basically inherited what Gerrard had, and Unai Emery, as we know, he's a very experienced, he's bloody million times the manager that Steven Gerrard is. But Emery got so much more out of that Aston Villa team. But that just goes to show the inexperience of Gerrard as a manager currently. But it's just about learning, developing. They just change what football is. You keep buying good players, and the Saudi players will get better, and more players will want to go there as well. And yeah, Russell, we're seeing, was it Saudi Arabia beat Argentina? Obviously, I've done the World Cup watch-alongs as well. A tremendous worldie of a strike by one of their players. Apologies, I forgot the player that did score it, but I tell you, they were the only team to very much beat Argentina in that World Cup. And similar with a lot of the African nations as well. Look at Morocco, and they were amazing in the World Cup. You look at the quality in their team. was it their goalkeeper won for Sevilla, and obviously the Moroccan striker that plays for them for Sevilla, more or less winning the Europa League as well. So yeah, it's even better. As I said, football's a world game, and I'm all for even like the lesser nations improving now. It shouldn't be just all for like the fat cats in football in terms of the nations that have got a lot of money in terms of like Germany, Spain, all the teams that we know that are good on the World Cup stage historically. But I'd love. I tell you what. It's a lot of the players from African nations have been taken away, sadly. Which is sad because you will see a World Cup nation win the World Cup very soon, an African country win the World Cup very soon. I'd say in the next 5 to 10 years, given how football is developing in a lot of other countries, which is only going to leave them in a good stead anyway. Russell, Nigel, no, sadly, mate. I'm not too sure what I'm having. Might go out for a little tea anyway, but yeah, it was sad. And it looks how the good national teams have improved. Yeah, more or less what I've just said there, Russell. Sorry, mate, I've only just seen your comments. Love to just replying to it. And what do you think we'll see aside playing? You never know, and you never put it past anyway. Where's get Liverpool doing? Yeah, definitely not, mate. I'm happy with McAllister as long as we get 3 more. Yeah, 100% Liz. We need at least, at the bare minimum, 3 world-class players coming in. We need 3. Yeah, for me, we need 3 world-class midfielders coming in. I think if we don't get at least more than 2, I think Liverpool will be massively underprepared yet again, as we have been over the last couple of years anyway. What will happen to Morton, Bradley, Stewart, Quansah, Sepp van der Berg? What do you reckon, Russell? I think it'd just be a case of similar that we've just mentioned with Ryan Kent, in all honesty there, Russell. I think there will be names that not fade into existence really, but players that really didn't make the step up. You look at the way in which Liverpool handled Nico Williams. I think he deserved a lot more of a bigger opportunity at Liverpool. I know he had Trent in front of him. It's like someone breaking in at the time Steven Gerrard did. You're never going to get ahead of Trent or ahead of Steven Gerrard, even if you're younger than them, unless you've got the better footballing attributes. But with those players, Russell, I think they more or less, given over 12 months, if they don't get a breakthrough, they'll probably end up in the League One or Championship. The maddest one was Ben Woodburn, chat. Where's he playing now? It's like there's like probably about 20 examples over the last 20 years, players that really didn't live up to their big hype, in all honesty. Not many young players do break into, not just Liverpool, but you look at Chelsea, Man United, City as well. It's very rare that we do see a player of like the likes of Trent, likes of Foden as well. You have to be a very top player, really. You look at Chelsea, Reece James, and probably 1 or 2 players in that Chelsea system that have really properly broken. Mason Mount as well. Well, he's getting sold anyway by Chelsea, which is a mad one. Big up there, Jordan, as well. Plus, yeah, he's smashing it at the minute. I'd like to see us go for... behave, Kev. Kev's on the lines up here. Under the days of when we had Roy Hodgson, Kev, they're names that we probably would have been linked with. By the way, Everton spent hundreds of millions on players. It didn't go do them any good. Just saying, so it's not all about money. 100% there, Panov. It's about the right players. Chelsea, another example. They finished below us. Yeah, 100% there, Panov. 100% there, mate. As Sam said, a lot of people mentioned that joke about Gerrard signing Henderson for 100 million. Whereas he helps Liverpool in terms of just reinvesting that money. But yeah, I think Hendo's going to run out his contract at Liverpool. I don't want him getting offered a new contract anyway. We all love Hendo, but yeah, his time is to go now. And when his contract ends, he will go to Sunderland anyway. Seth van der Berg was alright for Schalke as well. Yeah, he had a very disappointing injury, didn't he, Russell? I seen Yanni Rojan, new seats look high. Yeah, and obviously I would have played the video, but obviously with copyright and all that. But if you haven't seen the chat, there's a couple of great videos on Twitter anyway. Just type in Annie Rhodes expansion, and I tell you what, it looks good, Ant. Good luck to all of us trying to get tickets anyway. I think we're very hard pressed to get tickets. Hence why I mentioned bloody Liverpool's ticket site constantly crashes. And it will crash in a couple of weeks when people are trying to get tickets again. But yeah, it's looking good, mate. But at the end of the day, it's alright. Look at Spurs. You don't want to be a Spurs. It's alright having one of the best stadiums, if not the best stadium in the whole of Europe, having the best training facilities. But first and foremost, the biggest paramount thing in football is about winning on the pitch, being successful on the pitch. When you're doing that, everything around you fends for itself, really. It answers its own questions. I've actually have done a fair bit in Anfield, being 2-3 matches with my kids due to free tickets to local schools. Big up there, Panov. The ground is looking good too. That's the good thing about it, Panov. The sad reality, some of those tickets do end up going on ticket and touting websites as well, which is sad, but hence is like, even if you look at concerts as well, they do end up on sites that are probably like 10 times the price as well. But that's a good positive there, Panov. Made up you had a good time. That's what it's all about. It would have been pushing huge fine bans for Europe for 2 years. Only ran out of time. Stevie going to be back. Hopefully, Ant. You never know. It's confirmed. But yeah, Tony, not well. As I said, it's yes, he will be getting. It's probably been already officially announced on the Saudi Pro League websites as well. But it's more or less a foregone conclusion for that, Tony, mate. Thoughts on Tony, on Gabriel Vega? As I said when we were speaking about him, mate, you can rewind it. But as I said, I'm not going to sit here and say I've seen a lot of him. But when you look at the data, and he's a goal scoring midfielder, getting 11 goals in the league, in the La Liga. But yeah, as I said, not seen a lot of him until we seen him in a Liverpool shirt and he starts performing. And that's probably when I'll be better equipped to very much talk about him, mate. But he's just one of those names, Tony, to add to the whole catalogue that we will see in the next couple of weeks. Liverpool, as we know, will be getting linked with a lot of players. And whether Liverpool sign them, 95% of them Liverpool probably won't sign. But big up there. Spurs are done as well. Yeah, Spurs are finished there, Gary. Happy birthday, Jack. Big up there, Kev. See Gerrard arriving in. I'll tell you what, he should have turned up in bloody jeans, mate. I'll tell you that now. Tony, more or less, you can go back on that, mate. More or less answered that. Yeah, Kev, close to 50, mate. But chat, that very much concludes it. Big thank you to every single one of you for tuning in. If you are new around here, as I said, if you just tuned in, go back, rewind it and that. But everyone, massive thank you. And was it North? I think North's birthday today as well. So a massive happy birthday to North as well. Have a lovely day as well, everyone. But look after yourselves. Enjoy the sunshine. And if any news relation breaks, that is official, confirmed anyway. We'll be here straight away anyway. But Reds, look after yourself. You'll never walk alone. As I said, it's going to be a very busy couple of weeks for Liverpool, as we know.